watch this, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This came out a month ago. It's the cover of Newsweek. It's the cover of Newsweek magazine, and let me tell you what it says. The cover says, "The Decline and Fall of Christian America." Listen to this real quick. Listen to this. The percentage of self-identified Christians has fallen 10% since 1990, from 86 to 76%. The number of people willing to describe themselves as atheists has increased about fourfold from 1990 to 2009, from 1 million to 3.6 million. So being an atheist in this country is on the rise, and being a Christian in this country is on the decline. I'm not making this up. This is the cover of Newsweek magazine. All right? So there's a decline and there's a challenge in everything that's happening. All right? And if more than ever, you need to have a clear understanding, look at me, of what you believe, now is the time. You need to have a clear understanding. We got the mics. We got the mics to the left and to the right. We got the mics. And for those of you that have never been to the takeover is not me just preaching to you. The takeover is me talking to you, talking back to me, because I need to make sure that you understand that these are serious times and serious issues, and what you believe as a Christian is being threatened right now every day. Watch this. Watch this. Somebody right now turn to 2 Timothy, 2nd chapter, verse 17. 2 Timothy, 2nd chapter, verse 17. So we got the mic over there. We got the mic over here. Now, everybody listen to me. This is how we do it at the takeover. We talk, and then I'm going to ask a question. And when I open it up, I want you to tell me your feelings. I want you to tell me your thoughts on it. I want you to tell me what you're thinking, because I want to make sure that you don't fall asleep. I want to make sure that you are connected. I want to make sure that you have a clear understanding of what we're talking about. It's not me talking just to you, but it's also you talking back to me. Do you understand? It's very important. It's very important how we do it here, all right? This is how we do a takeover. Listen to this. Chapter 2. And watch this, y'all. What I'm going to do is start at verse 15. Shh. Listen. Shh. If you with me, say, Kirk, we're with you. Okay. Listen to this. I'm going to try to make this real quick, all right? Watch this, y'all. Y'all with me? If you're with me, say you're with me. Okay, watch this. And I'm reading from a new version, all right? This is a very common. This is like an everyday version, real simple English. It says, work hard so you can be approved by God, and be a worker who's not ashamed, and somebody who can correctly explain the word of truth. Avoid godless chatter and people that are just going to help you be more ungodly. This kind of talk spreads like cancer. Hymenaeus and Philetus are examples of this. They have left the path of truth, preaching the lie that the resurrection of the dead has already occurred, and they have undermined the faith of some. Watch this. They have undermined the faith of some. So let me break this down to you real quick so you can understand. There are these two dudes named Hymenaeus. Other cat name is Philetus, all right? They're ugly names. I know they're ugly names. Don't ever name your child that. What they did is they were dudes that were running around in Paul's day, because Paul was trying to school this young dude named Timothy. Timothy was like, Kobe to Jordan. You know what I mean? Like, if Kobe and Jordan hung out, that's how Paul and Timothy were, all right? Paul is Jordan, Kobe is Timothy. And so Jordan is telling his young Kobe everything that needs to be learned about the game, how to save your money, all right? Some tax breaks and some tax shelters, you know what I mean? How to be able to do this and how to be able to shoot this and how to be able to practice like this. So that's what it is. It's Jordan and Kobe. And he's telling the people, he said, man, make sure that you understand this book. Because if you don't understand this book, there are these two cats that are in town, Hymenaeus and Philetus. And these two dudes are walking around and they saying stuff that God ain't told them to say. And they so good at it that some people are following them. You missed that. Let me say it again. He's saying that they're so good at what they're doing that everybody, because they don't know the truth, they are following what these two dudes are saying just because they may have swag, they may have a little charisma, and because they don't really know the truth, they're following these two dudes. So the challenge is that you got to be careful, because if you don't know the truth, somebody can come to you and tell you something that ain't right about what you believe. And if it sounds good, they can pull you away from the truth. Y'all with me? And what you got to understand is coming here, speaking in tongues, shouting, having a good time don't necessarily mean that you know the truth. You got to be able to know the truth. You got to be able to know facts. You got to be able to know so much about what you believe that can't nobody ever tell you anything that's a lie. For example, imagine if somebody told you that the person that you think is your mama, the person that raised you all your life, what if they came to you and told you that lady's not your mama? What's your mama's name, homie? You, yeah. Okay, Regina? Okay, Regina. What if somebody came and told you, my dude, that Regina is not your real mama? That at the hospital, when you were a baby, you were switched, all right? Okay, and if they said, man, you know what? The lady who's been your mama all your life, you know, that's not your real mama.
I'd be shocked. I mean, she took care of me. I mean, she ain't my mama? Like, for real?
But just because she took care of you don't mean that she's your real mama. Because all this time she could be thinking that you her real son. How do you know? How would you know if that's your real mama or not?
I can get a DNA test.
What?
The test.
Test?
Yeah.
Okay, what if you ain't got the money to get no test?
I just gotta have faith that she my mama. I mean.
What did he say? Call who? Maury Povich? That's so silly. But you know what? There's some other things that you can do.
Like what?
You can look at her hands, her eyes.
Oh yeah, wait. We both got moles, so I know she my mama now.
Okay.
So, yeah, we both got moles.
And I'm not going to ask where these moles are, young man. I'm not going to do that. Yeah.
I got one right here.
I'm not going to even do that to Regina. I'm not going to put Regina's business out there. But basically what you're saying is you can start looking over some things and say, no, that's my mama because we got the same shaped eyes, or we got the same mold, or we have the same walk, we got the same smile. Right. In other words, you should know your mama well enough that if anybody came to you and tried to tell you that that's not your mom's, that you should be able to spend so much time with her. And if you notice, I didn't say dad, and that's so unfortunate. We can't even use dad. That's so sad. But anyway, it's a whole nother sermon. But you should be around your mama so much that can't nobody tell you that ain't your mama. Right? Somebody say, that's my mama. You should know your T. Jones so much, her character, her style. But here's the problem. The problem is the only way to know that about your mama is what?
Spend time, yeah.
Spend time with her. The only way to know that is to do what? The only way to know that is to what? Have you spent enough time with Christ that if somebody came and told you something about Jesus that's not right, have you been around him long enough? Have you spent enough time in his word? Have you spent enough time in his book that if they tried to come and tell you anything, you wouldn't believe it, because you know without a doubt in your mind, based on the amount of time that you spent with him, based on what you studied about him, based on the time that you chopped it up with him, that can't nobody tell you anything because of the amount of time that you spent with him. Or do you spend time with him on Sundays, on Wednesdays, when you think you're pregnant, when you need a job, when you're waiting on your parole officer, when you're waiting to see if you pass that test, and you praying like never before? Jesus ain't never heard you talk like that in so long. And if that's the only time that you spend time with him, then guess what? Somebody can come and tell you something about your spiritual father and flip your wig, because unfortunately, that's not enough time. when you're in trouble, when you need something on Easter and Christmas, is not enough time for you to know somebody and to have their DNA. My question to you is, do you have God's DNA that not only that you know your Father, but when people look at you, they know that that's your Father? Last night, wherever you were and whatever you did, what you did last night, if I asked you, if somebody saw you last night, would they say that you had Jesus' DNA?
Yes.
Night before last.
Right. Yes.
2 nights ago.
Yes.
See. Listen. See, what you got to understand is that less and less people, watch this, y'all, watch this, stay with me. Less and less people are calling themselves Christians. Less and less people are believing that they're Christian. Less and less people are believing the faith. Less and less people are saying that Jesus is the only way. Less and less people are saying that Christ just can't be the only way to God. And that should concern you. Just like you should be concerned, young ladies, if there starts to be a shortage of cute boys. Or brothers, that should concern you if there's a shortage of pretty girls and there's more and more girls with Adam's apples. Fellas, you should be concerned when you go into the mall and you go in the mall and girls are now dressed like dudes. That should concern you. And I don't know about you, but I've seen some pretty girls dressed like dudes, sagging, and they pulling cute chicks. That should concern you. Ladies, it should concern you if the beauty shop starts running out of hair products.
Wait, why did everyone do a wheelchair?
It should concern a bunch of y'all. I know some of y'all got nice hair and y'all all right, but everybody here ain't, you know. You should be concerned. It should bother you that your generation, yo, check this out, y'all. They're saying by 2015, 2019, which one is it? It's either 2015 or 2019. They're saying, this is people here with the American Bible Society. They're saying that Christianity by 2015, 2019, y'all, that's just less than 10 years from now. They're saying that Christianity will be the minority religion in America. That should scare the hell out of you, literally. That you will be the minority religion in this country. Do you understand that that's real talk? Do you understand that that's a problem? Somebody tell me why you think that being a Christian is no longer growing in our country, why that doesn't really bother you as much as sometimes you think that it should. Hand, give me a hand. Somebody tell me why being a Christian, being on the decline, doesn't bother us as much as it should.
I think people feel they don't need Jesus anymore because, like, they have money or their life's comfortable. They're not going through any struggles. I think that's why Christianity would decline.
Somebody else. Somebody said, I got my man in the back. He's got his hand up. Okay, somebody in the back. My man, why?
Enough people don't know God's DNA, so they confused right now. And a lot of people is falling off because they don't know what's going on and going to other stuff.
So now, okay, that's good. I'm going to ask something. My man.
I think what happened when the economy fell down, people gave up on God. And that's what happened.
Wow. Oh, that's good right there. Let me see hands if y'all can agree with that. Okay, hands down. Let me tell you why that is, I believe. Y'all follow your boy on this. Y'all follow me on this. You know why that is? How many of y'all have been to churches and been going to churches and for the last 10, 15 years, preachers been saying, God's going to bless it. The money's coming. Prosperity. You got the money. God's going to do this job. God's going to do that. God's going to do this. God's going to do that. God's going to do this. God's going to do that. And what were people doing? People were shouting and they were going crazy. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Everybody was shouting. Oh, no, high five, three people talk. Money coming. Money coming. Everybody was just having a fit. Am I right? But here's what happened. It didn't happen. They didn't prophesy, they prophelied. It didn't happen. And like my man said, when it didn't happen, now people are pissed off at God because he was like, God, I thought you said that I was going to do this. And I'm going to tell you something. Some of these foreclosures with these homes, what was happening? People were out there getting jobs, getting houses. They couldn't afford to. My God going to do this for me. And God want me to have this. And God want me to. And you know what? More than God wants you to have a bigger house, more than God wants you to have a bigger job, more than God wants you to be famous and a star, you know what? More than anything else, God wants you to be his. You missed that. You know why you missed it? Because it don't feel good. It don't feel good. It don't feel good if you are Hosea in the Bible and God tells you to go marry a hoe. Do you know there's a dude in the Bible that God told to go marry a hoe? If you Hosea and you nice looking, you got a job, you got your own crib, you didn't go to school, you got your PhD, why would you want to marry a hoe? You want to marry no hoe? You want to marry somebody that's put in the work like you put in. But you know what? The problem is that the reason why real preaching don't get us excited is because real preaching comes with some trials, some tribulations, some storms. Let me tell you something. If you're a Christian in here, you're going to be lonely sometimes. If you're a Christian in here, it's going to be some parties you can't go to. If you're a Christian in here, it's going to be some cute boys that you can't date. If you're a Christian in here, it's going to be some fine women that you can't be with. If you're a Christian in here, there's some jobs and some labels and some deals and some movie opportunities and some TV scripts that you can't do. And I don't care who you is, that don't feel good. Don't nobody telling them what they can't do. Tell me what I can do. But guess what? The things that God says no to is because he got something else. Watch this. But here's real talk. It may not be as big. It may not be as sexy, but you'll still have your peace of mind. You won't be crazy. Some of you ladies have passed up real good-looking dudes. No, I'm sorry. Let me take it back. Some of you ladies have passed up nerd-looking dudes. Nerd-looking dudes that had no swag. You probably go to school with a dude right now. He is swagless. Swagless. I'm talking about no swag. He don't even know what swag means. He got glasses thick like me, that one of them thick. He ain't got no shape. He built like a pencil. But guess what? You didn't pay attention to him, right? You didn't like him. But guess what? He likes you. And when he's not around you, guess what? He's hitting the gym. He's working on him. He's praying. He's paying his tithes. And then after y'all graduate and you see him 4 or 5 years later, you see him at the reunion, he's going to be fine. He going to get rid of his glasses because he got some chips and now he got some contacts. He got his teeth fixed. And the dude that you didn't pay attention to is now going to be the dopest dude. And guess what? He going to walk by you and not show you no love because you know why? You didn't want to make the investment. There's a girl right now that some of you dudes won't even talk to in here. She's a good girl. She ain't giving it up. She love God. She love her family. But because she ain't got no donk-a-donk, her booty don't drag the ground when she walk.